Can I tell you a story? Once upon a time, there was an apple. The apple lives on a tree, on a hill, in a forest, surrounded by a lot of other apples. The apple has no concept of anything outside of itself. It just is. One day, it falls. The apple rolls down the hill and is carried away by a stream. Oh, wait, no. The apple is eaten by a bear. No. The apple rots into the ground. No. No. Someone picks the apple up. They turn it over in their hands, wipe off dirt and debris. They smell it and take a bite. The apple bite is crushed between teeth and swallowed and is pushed into stomach. Bitten apple is held in the person's hand, exposed, dripping juice slowly oxidizing. Okay, actually, let's go back. Once upon a time, I was an apple. My name is Claudia Hermano. My mother was born in New Jersey as the granddaughter of Italian immigrants, and she grew up in Greenwich Village in Westchester, New York. My father was born in Iloilo in the Philippines, grew up in Makati, and moved to Queens when he was 19 years old. They met in 1991, fell in love, got married, had my sibling, then had me. I am, in fact, with a big belly. I'm mixed race with light brown skin. I have a shaved head of once very curly hair. I'm relatively covered in tattoos. I have a bad ankle and knees that hyperextend. I'm queer and trans. This began when I was born, when my parents held me and named me Claudia, when all I knew was touch, fear, joy, sadness. I learned self was a soul, body is its vessel, and I should hate my vessel. I pull at the threads of those scars, trace the stitches, and rip them apart one by one. Till We Are Full is a visual representation of constructed self. Silk is a caress, torso becomes phallus, skin clothes skin. I was born in New York and I moved every 2 to 3 years until I was 17. I lived in New York, California, Texas, Massachusetts, in cities, suburbs, apartments, hotels, and houses. The constant moving that I experienced as a child instilled in me a very deep sense that home isn't a place. It's with people and within myself. As a Catholic, God-fearing child, I was taught to pray before I fell asleep. I would kneel at the side of my bed, rest my elbows on my cold blanket, and press my hands as flat together as they could go. I would pray to be different. I would ask God to make me skinny, to straighten my hair, to fix my eyes, to change my skin, and to be pretty. What I really wanted was to be loved. I did not think I was worthy of love in the body I had, so I blamed it. I thought my body was holding me back. I thought if people could see past my face and thighs and belly, they would love the me that was inside. My childhood and adolescence were based in these categories of worth and beauty. I lived in aesthetic hierarchy. And because I so deeply believed that my soul and my body were different things, and because I didn't want to believe that people hated me based solely on my appearance, I learned to resent my body for how I was treated. I separated myself from my body. I am an interdisciplinary artist with a focus in photography. My entire practice is shaped by a desire to be in relationship, to witness, to be seen, to see, to never be alone. I explore embodiment, identity, and presence through portraiture. I use photography to think through the complexity of being. Every facet of my practice revolves around gaze, recognizing that a lot can be revealed through the ways that we look at each other. I use photography to show how I look at myself, how we come to know ourselves and each other through the materiality and politics of identity. My work is grounded in body politics, queer theory, and race studies. I'm interested in the ways that identities are shaped, held, and transformed through choice and chance, through pressure and love, through time and bodies. Every facet of my practice revolves around gaze, recognizing that a lot can be revealed through the ways we look at each other. I use photography to show how I look at myself. Through photography, sculpture, and performance, I articulate the messiness of corporeality and question the authenticity of bodies. As a fat, mixed-race trans person, I was taught to separate myself from my body. Pushing against the racism, colorism, sizeism, and homophobia that deeply shaped my sense of self, I reinvent and re-image my body. I explore the borders between biological and representational body, extending identity to fabric, flesh, and paper. This work is a commentary on the construction of self and the societal forces that shape our perceptions of it. I print self-portrait photographs onto different fabrics and then sew them together and fill them with rice or polyfill to create three-dimensional objects referencing torsos, hands, and other body parts. I then rephotograph myself interacting with these body objects. And when I talk about body and bodies in general, I want to be clear that the concept of a body is a construct. Body is not limited to flesh. I intentionally blur the lines between biological and representational body, extending identity to all representations. I allow my bodies to exist together and create documentation of my union. I hold myself and myself holds me. This work is about holding and touch and desirability and sensuality and communion with my body. Instead of objectifying my body or anthropomorphizing my sacs, I'm leveling their worth. I create the sacs just as my body was created. And by created, I mean that identities like race, gender, sex, and body size are all arbitrarily defined patterns, and their meaning is socially constructed. The props in this work are sculptural, but I only show them in image form. This boundary protects the parts of me that I don't want others to have access to, while still inviting viewers into something intimate and vulnerable. The images are a closed window. The importance of photography as the backbone of this work is in the ways that I use portraiture as a tool for representing and representing my point of view as someone whose world has been and continues to be shaped by my marginalized identities. I make this work to visualize the shifting construction sites of identity and articulate the radical messiness that comes with being embodied. I will fall. Hug your knees, bury my head in your lap, hide my tears, cry, lie, starve, binge, purge, shower, sleep. I will get back up. I will get back up. I will get back up. Who is screaming? Is it you? Show me the way and I will go. This is where I end and we begin. To feel myself beloved, laid bare, tender peering into the mirror, ended and undone. Far away, the moon is a whisper. Before we go, thank you to the ends of the ends. please stay, at least until we're full.